I'd like to welcome you all to our advanced tech training for the day, and we'll be covering apps for Father's Day. Father's Day is on Sunday, June 16th this year, so I hope you all enjoy, learn something new, and take advantage of the apps that we will be covering today. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information in any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you cannot see me, hear me, or see the screen, please let me know in the chat and I would appreciate that. Let's make sure our TVs and cell phones are silenced to the best of our ability to give others, and most importantly, ourselves, the most immersive experience. And let's make sure to have some kind of notes next to us to record some information that we may want to review later on. Okay? To keep our meetings organized and avoid talking over each other, as always, I just ask that you use the raise hand feature. You can find it in the toolbar when you tap the screen, either during and or at the end of every session that we hold. You have the opportunity to ask questions, comments, concerns, reactions, amongst other things with the hand. So if everyone in Zoom could please raise their hand. Again, all you do is tap more at the top right, and then you tap raise hand, okay? Tap more at the top right, and then you tap raise hand, okay? And if you ever have a question, a comment, a concern, if you're ready to learn something about Father's Day today, if you are a dad, but if you know a dad, please also raise your hand. Again, if you know a dad, if you are a dad, please raise your hand in Zoom. If you're ready to learn, if you're ready to have fun, all of that. Let's all practice raising our hands in Zoom. Again, that's how you can participate, ask questions, comments, anything of that nature. So please keep that feature in mind. Thank you. We have 16 hands up so far, so I appreciate those. Thank you. Your participation is not unnoticed. So you all can lower your hands by hitting lower at the bottom. Again, once you're called on, don't forget to lower your hand, okay? Thank you so much. Just have 3 hands. That was real fast. So again, we just have one hand up. Thank you. Again, don't forget to lower your hand once you've been called on, so that way we can make sure we hear from everyone that has their hands raised, okay? Thank you. And then we're also gonna learn how to utilize the chat. If you wanna communicate with others non-verbally, the chat is a great way to share a greeting, ask a question, send a photo, send your congrats or encouragement. There are many different things that you can share in the chat. You do so by going, of course, when you're in Zoom, you are going to hit more at the top right. So again, I want everyone to follow along. On my end, it's the 4th option, but on your end, it will be the 1st. So again, you hit more and then you hit chat, okay? So when you hit chat, you'll have the meeting chat come up, and at the bottom, it says tap here to chat. You tap on that box, and then you type in whatever message that you would like to share. So, you know, if it's just a simple hello, you send it using this blue button on the right-hand side, you know, that's okay and wonderful. You know, just utilizing the chat is a great way to practice your typing skills and just practicing the Zoom feature as well. So I can also, you know, share emojis too. So maybe if I use the search feature, maybe search for, here you go, some dads, because it's Father's Day. There you go. Maybe I'll say another hello. Today is Flag Day, as you see in my background, and I think, Anne, you had mentioned that. So if I search for a flag, there you go. Today is Flag Day. I also have it on my shirt, so real USA today, I guess. But again, please share your hellos and your happy Father's Days. Hope you have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Share all of those in the chat. You can even, again, send a photo in the chat by hitting the plus sign next to tap here to chat. And if you have a photo in your Photos app, you can share it in the Zoom chat. So luckily someone had shared oh wait, no. We did a Zoom background session and I found this Father's Day image. Thank you, thank you. And if you want to save any image in the chat, you can hold it with your finger and then you can hit save image. So this very striking image from Mr. Harold, I can save it by holding it and then by hitting save image. So thank you, yep. Happy safe Father's Day to all, thank you. Happy Father's Day, thank you, Geraldine. It certainly is a beautiful day today, a little hot. So it's gonna be a little hot outside today, but it is a nice day outside. Happy Friday, thank you. Be blessed and have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day. Yep, Flag Day, thank you. Yes, thank you, Mr. Thomas, for your wonderful messages always. Yep, happy Father, Mother, yep. Because some dads can be moms and some moms can be dads as well, you know? So thank you so much for that. Yeah, welcome newcomer. Yes, thank you. We have some of our more recent participants join our dance trainings, which is wonderful. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's a good morning and a blessed day to all. Thank you all so much for sharing. Oh, I love your emojis, Ms. Cofield. Thank you so much. Love your pictures and your texts. I love it. You are definitely make that chat light up. If you could also share in the chat again, what were your favorite Zoom sessions this week and why? I would also really appreciate that. We had a lot of great discussions this week. We had Jordan yesterday. We learned more about DC history and our trivia, and of course those exercises. I really appreciated. We also heard from Jordan from Module 2. We had our legal counsel for the elderly in DC come for the first time. So I really enjoyed that session, just learning more about their services. We had a great session on the Reminders app, and our modules, of course, are always very informative. So if you could share, again, your favorite sessions this week and why, we'd appreciate that. But again, don't forget, we still have our lunch club. We'll be taking a trip to the DRC at 12 o'clock and our module on email at 1:30. So thank you all so much for attending so far. And let's go ahead and get started. So we'll be learning all about Father's Day. So, you know, we always cover some history and fun facts because why not? They're very interesting. We'll be covering 3 apps as usual. Father's Day Wishes and Cards app. So very similar to some other wishes and cards apps we've covered. Dad joke of the day. That's going to make you all laugh. And then a game called Gordon Ramsay Chef Blast. All right. And then our last thing, which we usually do, is have our overview and discussion where you can ask me any questions about any of the apps that you like. And I also have some questions for you all as well. One of them being, how can these apps improve your daily life? Again, thank you all so much for attending, and I really look forward to this presentation today. So first up, just some fun facts and videos for you all. And I hope you all enjoy the little images and animations throughout the session, and thank you all so much for attending. So Father's Day, as we know, is dedicated to honoring and celebrating fathers and father figures for their contributions to their families and society. It is a day to express appreciation, love, and gratitude for the role fathers play in their children's lives. In many countries, Father's Day is celebrated on the 3rd Sunday in June. In 2024, it'll be observed on June 16th, so this coming Sunday. Here are some just general ways to celebrate Father's Day again. You know, you can give these ideas to others and any father figures in our lives, you know, of course, you can take advantage of this. Quality time, you know, fishing, hiking, playing sports, sharing a meal. You know, gifts are always welcome. Maybe some tools or gadgets. You know, I love me a good gadget, right? Books, personalized items, anything homemade or handmade, you know, just really showcases your love and appreciation. A card or a letter is always lovely. And, you know, in our past sessions, we've learned how to make a document and a card and a letter. And we hope to do that later on, of course, as well. But A handmade card or a digital card is lovely. Memory lane, going back and looking at photo albums or digital slideshows of memories together. You know, you can create an album in your Photos app of different photos together, which are always nice that you could share with others. Relaxation, you know, watching their favorite shows or reading a book or taking a nap, right? Always deserve some relaxation. Some outdoor activities, maybe a barbecue or a picnic or a day at the beach or a visit to your local park. Maybe some family gatherings. Maybe you have a lot of dads in your family. You could have a reunion to celebrate all the fathers and father figures in the family. So here are some general but very applicable suggestions to celebrate Father's Day this year, but every year. Our first video today is just, again, talking about some history. So where did Father's Day come from? So, you know, we just had a Mother's Day presentation last month. So same idea. I wanted to learn more about the history of this day. So I hope you all learned something new as I have doing the research for this presentation today. So I hope you all enjoy this video from Good Morning America.
It is the third week of June, which means Father's Day is this Sunday. Honoring our dads has become a yearly celebration, but have you ever wondered how that holiday actually came to be? Well, Whit Johnson takes a look back at the history of Father's Day.
Sunday, June 20th, we celebrate dads for Father's Day, showering gifts.
Yes, this video is from a few years ago, so it's definitely June 16th this year.
The men who taught us to fly, made chores fun, and carried us on their backs for a ride in the sun. But when and where did the Day for Dads begin? It all started more than 100 years ago. The first known Father's Day was celebrated in Spokane, Washington. As the story goes, Sonora Smart Dodd, whose mother died at childbirth, thought of her single dad during a Mother's Day church sermon in 1909. So she launched an effort through the YMCA and local churches to celebrate her dad and everyone else's. That first Father's Day was on June 19th, 1910, her father's birth month. The idea then traveled to Congress and was acknowledged by several presidents. In 1916, Woodrow Wilson, the same president who signed a proclamation for a National Mother's Day, approved a Father's Day, but no proclamation. Calvin Coolidge also acknowledged the day as a national event in 1924. It wasn't until 1966 when President Lyndon Johnson signed an executive order for the nation to celebrate Father's Day on the third Sunday of June, a day for all to honor the love and gratitude which they bear for their fathers. But it still wasn't an official national holiday. Not until 1972. That's when Congress passed an act and President Nixon signed Father's Day into law. Today, 6 in 10 men in America are fathers, which means out of 121 million men over 15, 75 million are dads. So this year on June 20th, whether you have one dad, two dads, or some granddads, spoil them with love and gifts and wish them a happy Father's Day. For GMA3, I'm Whit Johnson.
Happy Father's Day to Whit and to TJ and to my dad. To my husband, all the dads out there.
Oh, wow. We got
I don't
everybody.
have to say it on Sunday. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Why don't we just get the one day? Don't you celebrate these guys all the time?
We do our best.
Wow.
Well, hey there, GMA.
Well, thank you all so much for watching that video with me. Wow, 40 years from even the second president that recognized Father's Day, it took for it to be put into law, right? So I thought that was quite interesting. Our next video is another History of Father's Day video, but the woman behind Father's Day. So again, found this quite interesting. So I hope you all learned something new with this video as well.
A celebration for honoring our fathers and celebrating fatherhood. So, who invented Father's Day? There are few individuals credited for that honor, but most historians consider Sonora Dodd, a woman from Washington State in 1910. One fine Sunday while the church minister is giving a sermon about the recently added Mother's Day, Sonora Dodd recommended him that there should be a Father's Day. She suggested that the date would be June 5th, her father's birthday. But who is Sonora's father? William Smart, a Civil War veteran, spent his life raising all his children as a single parent. The fact that Sonora's mother died after giving birth to her sixth child. When Sonora was married and had her own kids, she realized what a huge activity her dad had done raising their family alone. So why is it not celebrated on the 5th of June? The church minister needed more time to set up the sermon, so he moved the date to June 19th, the third Sunday of the month.
Wow.
One of the earliest set up to observe Father's Day was to wear a flower. Red rose if your father is still living. White rose if your father is already deceased. Later giving fathers cards, gifts, or any special activity for the day. To campaign Father's Day, Dodd asked help from manufacturers of men's product and other people who may profit from the celebration, such as creators of ties, tobacco pipes and different items that would best fit as present for fathers. The reason why the public still resisted the idea of Father's Day. Numerous Americans trusted an official Father's Day would be simply one more path for retailers to profit, since of Mother's Day helped the sale of presents for moms. As early as 1913, bills had been submitted to Congress to recognize Father's Day nationally. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson pushed to make Father's Day official, but couldn't muster enough support from Congress. In 1924, President Calvin Coolidge would also recommend that Father's Day be observed, but did not go so far as to issue a national proclamation. In 1957, Margaret Chase Smith, a senator from Maine, wrote a proposal that accused Congress of ignoring fathers for 40 years while only honoring mothers. It wasn't until 1966 that President Lyndon Johnson finally signed a presidential proclamation that made the third Sunday of June Father's Day. In 1972, President Richard Nixon made Father's Day a permanent national holiday. Today Father's Day is celebrated all over the world. The officially recognized date of Father's Day varies from country to country. Some countries are celebrating it in March, some in May, and most countries are still celebrating it by the third Sunday of June.
That's pretty cool. You see the whole map and the different months that each country has Father's Day. So we're June, March in parts of Africa, South America. That's really interesting.
Some countries are celebrating the International Men's Day, for those who are not yet fathers. But anyway, thanks to Sonora's love for her father, for giving our fathers a special day.
Well, wasn't that, man, that story it's so sad. I mean, her mom passed away after having 6 kids, the birth of her 6 kids. So the dad had to raise all of them by himself. So that is just some very interesting and quite thought-provoking history. So I hope you all enjoyed and learned something new. Thank you. Next up, we're going to go over some fun facts about Father's Day around the world. So again, the more you know, hope you enjoy and learn something new.
In this mixed list, we celebrate the main man in our lives with these 10 fun facts about Father's Day around the world. Number 1. Father's Day may have had roots in ancient times. Some scholars claim the tradition of Father's Day can be traced as far back as nearly 4,000 years to ancient Babylon, when a young boy named El-Messu was said to have carved a well-wishing message for his father. It's uncertain, however, what exactly happened to El-Messu and his father, but the tradition seemed to have lived on longer than their ancient city. Number 2. In some countries, the celebration of Father's Day coincides with the feast day of Catholic saints. This practice goes way back to the Middle Ages, when Catholic Europe celebrated Father's Day alongside the feast day of Saint Joseph on March 19th, a custom brought to other countries like Costa Rica by European missionaries. Costa Rica is still in the works of transferring their Father's Day from June to March 19th. Meanwhile, another country, Brazil, celebrates dads on their second Sunday of August in honor of Saint Joachim, patriarch of the family. Number 3. Celebration of modern Father's Day was inspired by the celebration of Mother's Day. Sonora Smart Dodd spearheaded the first ever celebration of Father's Day in Spokane, Washington on June 19, 1910, after hearing a sermon about Anna Jarvis's Mother's Day in 1909. Dodd wanted to honor her father, Civil War veteran William Jackson Smart, and convinced her clergy pastor and several other clergymen to honor fathers on the said date. Number 4. Father's Day only became an official holiday in the U.S. years after its first celebration. In 1924, U.S. President Calvin Coolidge publicly supported the celebration of Father's Day throughout the nation, but it would take President Lyndon in 1966 to proclaim it as an official holiday every third Sunday of June. By 1972, President Richard Nixon signed the practice into law, making Father's Day a permanent national holiday in the U.S. Number 5. In Germany, Father's Day is celebrated by taking a hike. Traditionally, Germans honor their fathers by going on hiking tours where groups of men pull one or more smaller wagons of beer or liquor and traditional regional foods on the 40th day of Easter on Ascension Day. In more recent times, some dads or men in general go on bar crawls instead of going on hikes to make sure that they get drunkenly happy on their special day. Number 6. Father's Day celebration in Russia is synonymous with a military tribute to all men. The closest thing Russians have to honoring the special men in their lives is the traditional celebration of Defender of the Fatherland Day on February 23rd, a holiday originally observed to commemorate the founding of the Red Army during the Russian Civil War. Modern-day celebrations still involve parades and processions in honor of the country's soldiers and veterans, while men in general are given small gifts by the special women in their lives. Number 7. There was a year that Scotland banned Father's Day cards in its primary schools.
What?
In 2008, thousands of preschool students were prevented from creating Father's Day cards in school for fear of embarrassing those with single moms and lesbian parents. The campaign was a response to the increasing number of lone parent and same-sex households in Scotland at that time, but family rights campaigners believe the move undermines the role and significance of fathers in children's lives, even though they are no longer with their moms. Number 8. Fathers are being worshipped during Father's Day in Nepal. People in Nepal honor their fathers in a festival called Gokarna Aunsi in late August or early September, a celebration where Hindus worship the cow-eared incarnation of the god Shiva as well as their fathers. During this festival, children not only give gifts to their dads, but they also perform a ceremony where sons touch their father's feet with their foreheads, then look them in the eyes, while daughters only have to touch their hands before looking at their fathers. Number 9. In Thailand, Father's Day falls on the birthday of their beloved late king, King Bhumibol Adulyadej. King Adulyadej was loved and revered by the Thai people so much they celebrate Father's Day on his birthday on December 5th in honor of the father of their country. Traditionally, Thais would give their fathers and grandfathers a kana flower, but modern-day celebrations see people wear yellow and participate in various ceremonies to show respect not only for their dads, but most importantly, for the late king. Number 10. The youngest and oldest dads both hail from India. The youngest father is said to be a 12-year-old boy from Kerala who impregnated his 17-year-old relative, allegedly against her will. Meanwhile, the oldest, Ramjit Raghav, fathered his first child with his 52-year-old wife at the age of 94 in 2010, and his second 2 years later at the age of 96.
Oh my goodness, you all. That is a lot of new things that I did not learn. So, it's just interesting to see how this day is celebrated in any form of its capacity around the world, and some very interesting facts. So I hope you all enjoyed this next video. Again, we have a lot of videos today, but this, I always want to bring it back to DC. So this video is from last year. There is a DC Black Fathers Project, a Father's Day motorcade. So again, I did not know that there was a motorcade in this fashion before. So hope you all learned something new, and share in the chat if you've heard of this before.
Today is Father's Day, and the DC Black Fathers Project held its 4th annual Father's Day motorcade in the district. Our Randy Ayala takes us to Northwest, where it started, and shows us why this group says they are representing for black dads.
Well, the motorcade started here in front of the African American Civil War Museum on Vermont Avenue in Northwest. DC residents were invited to just show up and drive in support of black dads on this Father's Day.
There's always been the narrative that black fathers are absent, missing, not participative. We clearly knew there was an opportunity to refute that narrative and to celebrate those fathers that are present.
Major Lewis with the DC Black History Celebration Committee says today is proof black dads show up and show out. It's the 4th year the DC Black Fathers Matter Project is holding their Father's Day motorcade. Motorcycle driver Dave Stevens will ride throughout the city to show everyone Black Fathers Matter. He's been part of the motorcade before and says he does it for the kids.
For me, honestly, it's the youth. You know, everybody needs somebody to look up to, something positive.
Organizers say every year the motorcade grows. Last year, over 100 vehicles participated, and they're hoping to top that number this year. They'll be driving through wards 1, 5, 7, and 8.
We pick those wards intentionally. There are portions of the city that are underrepresented, and when they are represented, not always in a positive light. We thought it was particularly important to incorporate those wards so that people know we recognize and respect them as much as any other part of the city.
And to show kids, even those without a father figure in their life, there's positive role models they can still look up to.
I think it'd be very important, and just to let them know that, so somebody out there that love them. I don't have to be their dad, but I can show them love like I am.
Now, after the motorcade wraps up, there's going to be a free health clinic taking place at RFK Stadium. People will be able to get free health screenings as well as education on mental health and diabetes. In Northwest, Randy Ayala, WUSA 9.
Wow. So again, I did not know that there was such a thing as the DC Black Fathers Motorcade. So again, the more you know. Thank you all so much. They're actually having, the 5th annual Father's Day weekend motorcade, Saturday, June 15th. So this is tomorrow. I literally just searched it up on Google. So it starts at Vermont Avenue tomorrow from 11 to 1. That's when the lineup starts. Wow. So again, the more you know. And thank you, Anne, for sharing that. I have not heard of that before, so thank you so much for sharing. Oh, thank you, Mr. Harrell, for sharing that. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much. And our last thing before our apps for today is, again, just some things to do for Father's Day weekend in DC. So again, just like we did for Mother's Day, here are some activities that you can take advantage of here in the district. I'm going to share this link with you all like before. So I'm going to copy the link and then paste it in just a second. But here are some things that you can do in DC over Father's Day weekend this year. So you could visit the Champions exhibit at the National Portrait Gallery. Maybe hike through Rock Creek Park. Again, here's just some suggestions. You can attend a Washington Nationals game versus the Miami Marlins. The two teams square off from Friday, June 14th through Sunday, June 16th. Tea time. So there's a place called Swingers, a reinvented mini golf experience with gourmet street food and cocktails. There's also Puttery DC, which offers an immersive putting experience. There's also, in the beginning, Rock Creek Links, Langston Golf Course and Driving Range, or East Potomac Golf Course. So some suggestions. I particularly like the Langston Golf Course. I think it's very expansive, and it's in a very easy area to access in DC. Spoil Dad with a nice meal. Founding Farmers. I love that restaurant. It's really good. St. Olson. If you're like hunting decor and steaks, in the mood for seafood, try Hank's Oyster Bar. And Yardbird. I know there's Yardbird in downtown. It's a very nice restaurant as well. There is apparently a coterie car show at City Center DC, so downtown DC, this year. A carefully curated display of 25 automobiles that range from vintage to hyper will be showcased throughout City Center DC. So that's tomorrow as well. If you're a car fan or a car lover, this is your event. Go on a weekend-long foodie excursion. So there's a foodie itinerary there's linked here if you want. A historic home, from the opulent interiors and gardens of Tudor Place to the stately rooms of the Decatur House to the majesty of Hillwood Estate Museum and Gardens. Each visit can offer a glimpse into the past and a chance to connect with DC heritage. If you see any, the purple words or the phrases, you can just tap on those phrases and get more information, right? You can do biking. There's even a brunch cruise. City Experiences Father's Day Brunch Cruise. Never heard of that before. Kayak the Potomac and Anacostia Rivers. Sports, leveling the playing field at the National Museum of African American History and Culture. I like this exhibit. I've been there before, so, enjoy. honor Honest Abe, the Lincoln Memorial, MLK Memorial in DC. And those are just some suggestions that you all can take advantage of this weekend. So just like I said, I'm going to go ahead and go back to Zoom really quick, go into the chat, and I am going to paste the link that I copied here into the chat. So if you tap on the link, you can access that article as well, and you can get more information on some of the particular things that you may want to take advantage of this year, okay? So moving on to our apps today, of course, 3 apps as always: Father's Day wishes and cards, dad joke of the day, and Gordon Ramsay chef last. So 3 very simple but fun apps to take advantage of for Father's Day and beyond this year. Father's Day wishes and cards is a perfect app to share cards, gifts, wishes, greetings, and personal photo frames with others for Father's Day. So just like we always do, we're going to go to the App Store on our device, and we are going to hit the search button until we have the keyboard come up. Okay, so again, on the App Store, you're going to search for the name or type of app that you want to download. So there you go, wishes and cards. Just tap on it. It is right here at the top right-hand side. So again, as you see, there are many different results that come up. So, you know, there are other apps that have a similar function as well, but, you know, I just choose ones that are easy to access or have little to no ads, things of that nature, right? So I quite enjoy this app. So in our daily emails, I know we've been having some daily email issues lately, but within it, when you look at the section for this presentation, you can see that there is actually the link to each of the apps that we cover. So even on Monday, when you get the email, you can look at the apps that we'll be covering for Friday, and you can then, you know, if you want to look at them before or download them, look at them before the session, so you can ask maybe a particular question, you know? But I always put it in the chat as well, so that way, instead of having to search for it, if you want to use the link, you can do that too. But the search feature is great just to search for any kind of apps. I literally just search for whatever we're doing that day, and a lot of these apps come up. So you can all do the same thing. But again, like before, you're going to download the app, and then you are going to open it. And again, the app icon will be on your home screen. So let's open the Father's Day Wishes and Cards app. So very simple. The very first thing that you see when you open the app are the cards. So look, many different cards available. And sometimes there will be an ad that comes up. So you got to make sure you just you look for the dones or the X's or the close, you know, when you use these apps. I see the fast forward icon at the top left, and then I'm just waiting for like a done or an X to get out of the advertisement, okay? So, you know, some apps do have ads, so you have to make sure you get through those so you can get to the app. But look at these different cards that are available. It's just nice to have one spot where you can choose any card that you like. So let's see. All these are cool. I love, what's this, an agnostic poem? This is really cool. I like this one. So whenever you find the one that you like, you tap on it. On the bottom left-hand side, you see that arrow with that little kind of half box right there. That bottom left icon, that's how you save this card or technically photo to your Photos app. So I'm going to allow. And look, this image has been saved to your Photos.
I can draw your.
So again, any advertisements that you see, make sure that you look for the fast forward and the X's so you can get out of the ad, okay? This bottom right icon, this is the share icon where you can just share it directly to someone by iMessage, by mail. So if I hit mail, look at that, the card is in the mail. So all I have to do is, you know, write anything I want to write in it, add a subject maybe, and then put in, of course, the person's email address. So you can also email the card if you want as well. So that is just one option. Those are the cards. You notice in the middle, now it says quotes. If you hit quotes, you can also share a quote as well, by mail, by iMessage, etc. Right? So like this first one, I can share it right here. You can't save it, right? Because it's just words, but you can share it. You can even favorite it at the top right, and you can view your favorites in a menu option that I'll showcase. But yeah, you can favorite them as well. And then you have GIFs right here. So you can send a GIF, basically a moving image, to others as well. Same idea, you can save the GIF to your Photos app, or you can again share it using that share button. So I like this one. I think it's pretty neat. Quality is a little lower, but I like the idea of it. Let's see, this one is pretty nice. I like this one. This is my cup of tea, but it's a cup of coffee. So I'm gonna save it just like I did before. So I just saved that gift to my Photos app. And again, you can share it with, you know, anyone by mail, by iMessage, etc. Okay? Yeah. So again, sometimes you are going to see an ad, particularly in this app, but you just have to follow the X's. But look, many different cards, quotes, and gifts available. At the very top right, I see this icon. You can actually create a photo frame and add a photo into the photo frame. The bottom left icon allows you to switch the frame. So look at these different options. I mean, hey, you can make a really, really unique and cool card with this app. I like this one because of the flowers. I think it's really cool. So I like this one. The second button at the bottom, look at that. I can take a photo with the camera, or I can choose from my gallery. So let me choose, let's see, these flowers that someone sent. And just as an example, right? You can zoom it in, you can zoom out by pinching in or out. So you can add a photo to the photo frame, and doesn't that look nice, right? So the third one is the save option, of course. So I can save, now I have this card or photo frame saved to my Photos app. And this fourth option right here, of course, you can mail it or send it through iMessage, or just copy it or save it from here as well. Okay. The top left icon, this is kind of like the menu option. You can look at all your favorites. You can share the app if you want from here. You can rate the app, etc. Do they have any that say husband or brothers? So any cards? Let's see. Quotes, any cards? So I don't see anything that has brother or husband in particular, but that's when I would literally just go to Google and literally search for that. Like, you know, Happy Father's Day to husband or brothers, literally Google it, and then you can hit the images and go into Google and look for those images. So, you know, this is a little one-dimensional, but I kind of like how they have everything laid out. But yes, this is the Father's Day Wishes and Cards app, where you just have one app where you can look at any cards, or send any quotes, or send any gifts, or create your own photo frame to send to others for Father's Day. So if you like that app, if you have downloaded it, if you want to download it, if you want to take advantage of it, please raise your hand in Zoom. And if you like that app, if you want to take advantage of that app, please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, you know, for gifts, or I mean, for cards, for images, for gifts, you can, of course, go to Google and search for those, but it's just nice, again, to have an app where you can see kind of everything in one place and choose kind of the kind of card or gift or kind of image that you want to share. So thank you all so much. We got about 7, 8 hands. I appreciate that. You all can lower your hands by hitting lower at the bottom. Our next app for the day is a funny app, a dad joke of the day. You can have the best funny daily jokes. Your daily dose of hilarity to brighten your entire family's day. Have access to hundreds of the best specially curated dad jokes at your fingertips. So this is just, of course, a more fun app, very simple app. You're gonna hit the search button at the bottom right, and then until you see the keyboard come up, and then you're gonna type in, again, the name or type of app that you would like to download. So here you go, dad joke of the day. It's right here on the top right-hand side. Of course, you're gonna hit get, so you can get the app and download it and take advantage of it. I'm gonna hit the share button right here on the top right-hand side, and I'm gonna copy the link and paste it for you all in Zoom. So again, you can just tap on the link, it'll take you straight to the App Store. And then again, you can do that while you're on Zoom, which is very, very fun. So let's go to the app and open it, and let's take advantage of it. So here are literally some jokes that you can take advantage of. So what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. That's funny, right? And then if you want to do a new one or see a new one, you see the kind of the dice in the middle at the bottom. That's how you switch it. How is Rome split in two? With a pair of scissors. So, I crack myself up looking at these, but yeah, it's very, very easy. All you got to do is just hit the button and switch them. So I hope these are getting a laugh out of you all. What is Beethoven's favorite fruit? A banana. No. It's too funny, right? What do you call a fly without wings? A wasp. So again, some of these are real corny, but some of them are actually quite hilarious. I wasn't going to get a brain transplant, but then I changed my mind. So again, there are hundreds of these jokes. If I notice at the bottom right, you have this little smiley face with the crown on it. So it literally gives if you don't want any ads, but I haven't even seen any ads that you must pay for. But hey, this is again a very easy app to take advantage of and to share with your friends and family. I drew up plans for Duckingham Palace, but I can't find them, so I guess we'll just have to wing it. One more joke. Oh, here's an advertisement, but there you go. I'm waiting for the X here at the top right or the top left. Here you go, it says skip video. Then I'm gonna hit the X. If a child refuses to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting arrest? Oh my gosh, one more, you all. Did you hear that rumor about butter? I really shouldn't be spreading it. Oh wow, so again, if you just wanna pull a dad joke on your friends or family and get a funny laugh out of them, please take advantage of the Dad Joke of the Day app. So if you like this app, if you want to download it, if you want to take advantage of it, if you want to share it with your friends or family or the jokes, please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, sometimes you just want to have a really fun and a really silly app and just something to give you a laugh. So if you want to take advantage of it, or if you like the app, if you have or want to download it, please raise your hand in Zoom. Okay, and again, it's a very silly, just kind of not a one-off thing, but just a one-task app. But hey, that was very funny, to be honest. So I hope you all like them, and thanks so much for participating so far. You all can lower your hands by hitting lower at the bottom. And our last app for today is a game. I always like to include a game when we can. Are one of my favorite chefs and TV personalities, Gordon Ramsay, Chef Blast. It's a puzzle match 3 game. Blast your way through Gordon Ramsay's puzzle game to turn a kitchen nightmare into your dream kitchen. I love kitchen nightmares. It's one of my favorite chefs. Tap to match and blast blocks as you gather your ingredients to make delicious dishes. So just like before, we're gonna go to the App Store. We're gonna hit the search button. I'm gonna hit it again, and I'm gonna hit it one more time. That's a trick. I don't have to hit the bar at the top. I just keep hitting search until the keyboard comes up. So I'm going to type in again, the name or type of app that I want to download. Here you go, Gordon Ramsay Chef Blast. And there's also, some other similar apps. I mean, look at that. They even have a Master Chef game. I love Master Chef, so that's really cool. Hell's Kitchen, I love that show. So there's always some other options as well. For this app, Gordon Ramsay Chef Blast, there's actually an event within the game. Many apps or games have events within them that give you more in-game rewards. So there is a Father's Day special event within the game. So let's go ahead and open it. One sec, let me go ahead. I almost forgot. I'm gonna copy the link and paste it for you all in the chat. So, while you check out the game through Zoom, I'm going to open it and showcase the app. So again, I just put the link to it in the chat, and let's go ahead and get started. So again, this is a match 3 puzzle game. Okay, make sure you follow all the prompts. Confirm your age. So that's funny. Let's see. Ads. Again, just follow the prompts on the screen. And there you go again, Gordon Ramsay's Chef Blast.
Hello, I'm Gordon Ramsay. Welcome to my kitchen. All right, chef. Practice makes
It's literally
perfect.
his voice to you all. That's pretty cool. I love the music, but just so that way you all can hear me, I'm gonna turn off the music, leave the sound effects on though. But look, all right, chef, practice makes perfect. Let's get cooking. So you have your goals.
Tap to make a match. This is where the fun starts. Collect all the cubes to win the level. Come on, let's get moving.
And isn't that fun? It's, again, a very simple match 3 game. I love the colors. I love the animation. So again, you got to keep the goal in mind. So we need to look for yellow, at least 2 together, and we need to look for blues as well. So we have a lot of moves. So usually I would try to move the blocks around to get more blocks at once. But hey, this is just the first level. So once you're done, there you go.
Good work, seriously.
If you all watch any of Gordon Ramsay shows, he always says like, seriously, just like that. It is so funny. So here goes level 2. So again, you see your goals.
If you match 5 cubes, you make a rocket.
So look.
Tap the rocket to destroy a whole line. You fired up yet?
Yeah, so again, the more blocks are together, the higher the power up that you get. So look, another 5 right here. I have a 5 up here. So usually I would not, use those rockets because they were in the same line, but they were at the bottom, so they were gonna hit each other anyway. So again, I love match 3 games. They're all a little bit different, so you kind of have to alter your strategy based on which or the kind of match 3 game that you play. So look at that. Again, yellow, and we need blue.
Great
so again,
job.
Very simple so far. Each level gets a little bit harder.
Good work, seriously. So, you've seen my kitchen. Now show me yours. I promise not to judge.
Let's see. So once you get through a couple levels, wow, this is our kitchen, y'all. It needs a lot of work.
You know what this kitchen needs? A total teardown.
Yeah, so again, you're just following the prompts, and each time, if you've played Gardenscapes before, then this is kind of similar where you use the in-game currency to redecorate your room and such. So let's choose a new look.
Great choice. Go ahead and confirm it. You can change this again later.
Let's see. I love the white. I love the blue. And I kind of like the split cabinets, but I kind of like the classic look, so I'm gonna go with that. And doesn't that look much better?
Wow, what a difference already. Let's get to work on the rest of it.
So the more that you play, the more things that you unlock. So again, you can redecorate your kitchen whenever you want by winning a certain level. This is kind of like a tournament in a way. This bottom right here, this is the home section. So you see, again, what you can do when you win, certain levels. This is teams. You can join or create a team. And this recipe book, you can see earn your first real Gordon Ramsay recipe for your recipe book. Isn't that cool? So here at the bottom, I know it says new, but look, you could win a trip for two to Chicago, Illinois and savor unforgettable meals at Chef Ramsay's restaurants, including Gordon Ramsayburg in the heart of Windy City. This is actually a real life getaway by playing the game. I think that's really, really cool. So if you like this app, if you want to play it, take advantage of it, if you've already downloaded it, if you like this app, please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, that was a match 3 game where you can redecorate your kitchen with every single level that you play. Again, if you like this app, if you want to download it, if you like match 3 games, if you and if you enjoy that app, please raise your hand in Zoom. Mr. Hero said, no fun. AI left the yelling, strong language use out. I know, Mr. Hero. I mean, if you know those shows, man, I mean, Gordon Ramsay is a tough cookie. Not a Master Chef Junior, though. With the kids, he's real nice. But with the adults, he has no shame. So thank you all. We got about 5 hands up for that. I appreciate that. You all can lower your hands by hitting lower at the bottom. Today, we covered some history, some fun facts, and some things that you can do in DC for Father's Day. We also covered a Wishes and Cards app. We covered a Dad Joke of the Day app where you can get the best funny daily jokes. And we ended with the Match 3 puzzle game where you can rediscover a new kitchen and make it better and improve it while enjoying the Match 3 game with teams and looking at real recipes and redecorating a kitchen. I think that's a lot of fun. So at this point, we're going to have our overview and discussion and just talk about, again, how these apps can improve our daily lives, share your thoughts on today's presentation, and answer some questions that I will have on the screen. So thank you all so much for attending so far. And again, I'd love to hear from as many of you as we can today on your thoughts and any answers to the questions that we have on the screen. So again, what is one new fact that you learned today about Father's Day or in general? What app or apps are you interested in trying out and why? Do you have a favorite memory with your dad or with your father figure or things of that nature? And then how can these apps help you celebrate Father's Day this year, but also just have fun year round? Again, it was a lot of fun to have this presentation today and to do the research and always just learn more information. So I hope you all feel the same way. If you want to share your thoughts on today's session or answer one or more of these questions for us, please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, if you just want to share your thoughts on today's session or answer one or more of these questions, please raise your hand in Zoom. Okay, first up is Miss Sherry. Thanks so much for coming on. How are you doing today? You got to hit unmute in the middle, Miss Sherry. So, okay, so I'm going to try again. Hit unmute in the middle, please. There you go. Hi, Miss Sherry. How are you doing today?
Hello, everyone. I wasn't trying to ask a question. I thought you said we could raise our hand to answer one of the questions, but I was trying to put in the chat that I enjoy learning how to make my own Father's Day cards and to customize it.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, you can use the chat or raise your hand and share your thoughts with the group. And we love to hear, of course, as many participants. But thank you for liking that card app. I hope you enjoyed today's session, Ms. Sharon.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Have a great rest of your morning. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yep. And let's not forget to mute ourselves. Thank you so much. I appreciate also you lowering your hand. Hey, Anne, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Alex. How you doing?
Good, good.
I just I liked all the little apps, the jokes and the making a card, and I appreciated knowing that there were so many different things going on in the district for Father's Day. I had heard about some of them, but I didn't realize that they were still going on. You know, one year you'll hear something, and the next year you don't hear too much about it. Yeah. So I appreciate you sharing that.
Oh, no problem. It's always, we're in DC, so, we're our DC program, and hey, we live here. So I wanted to find some things that you can take advantage of here, right here in the city. So I really appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne. Have a great rest of your morning.
You too. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too. Our last hand for now. Again, please raise your hand if you'd like to share your thoughts, any answers to these questions, anything about the presentation today. Please raise your hand in Zoom. Hi, Ms. Morgan. How are you doing today? Hope you enjoyed today's session.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. That's all.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Morgan. Thank you so much for your well wishes. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
All right, thank you.
I saw your chat earlier as well, Ms. Morgan, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Ms. Wilmatine. She said, thank you for all the facts about fathers here in DC. Yes, we certainly got to highlight them. Some of us were very fortunate to have both our mothers and fathers. Some of us were and only had one. Some of us, unfortunately, didn't have either, right? So, I definitely understand about all of us came from different paths and journeys in our lives. So, I hope we all have, some kind of mother figure and some kind of father figure in our lives. It takes a village to raise, just one person, right? So just having those figures and those folks that you can talk to and speak with and learn from and just get some advice is just so important. I would not be here today without the mother and father figures in my life. So always appreciate that and always think about them and how far, I've come and how far we've come in our lives so far. So thank you so much for that. Hi, Louise, how are you doing today? Thanks so much for coming on.
I'm pretty good. I didn't know those history of Father's Day. I thought it was just something simple. I didn't know the president and all those people got involved to get this day going.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And I was thinking I didn't get to go out to get cards. So maybe I could try to send my two sons their card, by trying to download that thing. I definitely want to try that. And I remember my dad was teaching me how to do Roomba when I was like 12 years old. And my family used to say, you're the best dancer in the family, because my dad told me, you're the best dancer in the family. So I believed him. And so I think this was a very good presentation. You chose the right thing at the right time. So thank you.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Louise. This whole program is reducing social isolation and, due to COVID, unfortunately, seniors are most likely to be isolated at that time. And, I just want to keep you all relevant information with what's going on in our day and our week and our month. So, just to know more about what's going on in their daily lives is so important. And just like you said, I didn't know that, I thought Father's Day was just like, hey, just celebrate Dad's Day, right? But as you see, it took years, it took decades. It took a lot of people just to get that into law, and it came out of, just a loving, like the love that she had for her dad, after them, just imagine the mother just, 6 kids. I mean, that's just, even back in, even just 100 years ago, you know, that's completely different than what it is today. So it's, you know, it was this holiday, just like Mother's Day was out of love for their parents. So, you know, it's there's always more than the surface with many things, Louise. And it's so funny, like the most simplest things, like literally a single celled organism can be very complex. So, you know, always just think about what's beneath it, and you'll see there's more than meets the eye.
Thank you.
No problem, Louise. Thank you so much for sharing and your answers to these questions. I really, really appreciate that. And I hope you have a great rest of your morning.
You too.
And yes, Anne, I definitely agree with that comment. So, you know, just anything that we can do, or, you know, I host these sessions so you can, you know, stay relevant and know what's going on. And it's really interesting to know about what's going on in our city for these holidays and these observances, and to know what's going on and how you can celebrate it with the device that we've, again, all been so blessed to receive and to take advantage of. And thank you all so much for attending our session today. I usually have, well, you know, for Mother's Day, I did have a little letter up, but I'm just going to read this to you all, and I hope you enjoy. So, dear dads and father figures, as Father's Day approaches, we want to take a moment to celebrate and honor you for all that you do. Your unwavering love and guidance and strength are the foundation upon which families thrive. You are the silent heroes, the steady hands, and the comforting shoulders in times of need. Thank you for your sacrifices, your wisdom, and the countless little things that you do every day that often go unnoticed. You teach us, you inspire us, and make us better people by just being you. Your role is invaluable and your impact is immeasurable. Today and this Sunday, we celebrate you in all the ways you make the world a better place. Happy Father's Day with heartfelt gratitude, Alex Bell. So I hope you all enjoyed that letter, and I truly mean every word that we say. You know, for Mother's Day and for Father's Day, both are very integral and important in our lives. So I hope you all enjoyed that message and that letter. For the dads and the folks that know dads in our call, I hope you enjoy your Father's Day, and thanks so much for attending. Don't forget, we have our 12 p.m. session on the RC with Lou at 12, and our module on email at 1:30. Thanks so much for attending. I hope you all enjoyed the session today, and I'll see you all at 12 o'clock for our Travel Friday. Thanks so much, and have a great rest of your morning.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love the whole presentation.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, everyone.
See you Monday at 10 a.m.
Bye.
Monday at 10 a.m. we have
Thank
our
you.
dance training. See you all at 10 a.m. on Monday as well. Have a great rest of your morning.
You too.
Bye, everyone. Have a blessed weekend.
Bye, everyone. Happy
Bye.
Father's Day.
Happy
Father's Day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.